Hello, Ravio Geeks. This week I'm going to talk about something a lot more serious than usual. At the end of last week's uh, Wednesday Ramblings, I mentioned that I would probably discuss Immortal X Men. And then at the end, or not at the end, but in one of my Fall Guys Fridays videos, I mentioned how I wasn't going to talk about that yet because there's still one more issue before the Sense of Sinister storyline. So I mentioned that I would probably talk about something DC Comics related, perhaps Injustice, which I just read last week. I'm not going to talk about that either today because I've got something much more serious I wanted to talk about, something not pop culture related, something me related. Now, I don't want to go into a ton of details because it is personal, but I do have a lot of problems, major depression, major anxiety. I suspect a lot of things that have never been diagnosed. And I've been under a lot of stress for the past year, maybe more than a year. I am pretty much a caretaker for my father and to a lesser degree my mother, which is very hard for me when I can barely take care of myself. And it's been rough. It's been very rough. And last night I kind of reached a breaking point. Life has been just so much disappointment for such a long time, and last night I couldn't handle it. Um, just after what felt like the millionth time of just being lit down by everything in life, I just kind of, I don't want to say snapped, but I decided, screw everything, I'm getting drunk. And that's not something I really ever do. I occasionally will drink, but only in a controlled situation and never very much. And yesterday, I was so sick of everything that I decided to basically guzzle 3 beers on an empty stomach, and it screwed me up. Um, I'm just, I feel like I'm falling apart, and I still haven't fully recovered from how I was feeling yesterday. Um, I'm doing better. Today has been rough. It's almost 4:45 now, so it's been right around 24 hours, I think, since I made that decision. And there's a lot I don't remember about what went on there, but I do recall. I vaguely recall that my parents were freaking out. My mom called one of my best friends and tried to get me to talk to him, but I was pretty much incoherent. I was just laughing up a storm. I couldn't. My mind wasn't focused. I've never been like that, and um, it's just been rough. I can't take the constant. Every day is a battle. Um, it feels like. I mean, the number of days where I haven't at some point wished that I were dead since I was 14 are very very small. And most of the time, even if I was in a good mood and you asked me, do you still wish you were dead? Technically, the answer would be yes. Um, it's just rough, and like I don't know what else to say. I wanted to talk about this. It's not a happy situation by any means, but I did want to go ahead and do a Wednesday rambling video today. Normally, this is when it is currently a Thursday. This is when I would normally do one. I could postpone until I'm in a better place so that I could talk about injustice or something else fun. And I decided not to do that. I wanted to do something a little more serious to kind of talk about just where my head is at. Um, so yeah, it was scary. Like not so much. I wasn't concerned about my health, and I think if I was, in many ways, I think if I was by myself, I wouldn't have cared. But I kind of had to process my parents freaking out at seeing me like this. I know at one point I called a friend. I don't recall calling them. I just happened to see on my phone they were on video chat. I guess I don't know if I intentionally did it while blacked out or if I was just randomly hitting the phone. I don't know, but it was rough. Um, it's just, it's rough when you don't want to do anything really. Like, and that's how I am all the time. I don't want to do anything. I'm tired of doing anything. I guess that's going to do it. I don't really like know how to wrap this up. Um, I don't know how to go insightful or anything like that. Like, just be good to each other because you don't know what people are going through. I try to put on a good face. I feel like I'm much more funny in person than I come across when doing my videos. But a lot of people don't realize just how much chaos goes on in my head because I put on such a good face in front of other people, and I don't do it to be fake. Like if someone asks how I'm doing, I openly. If I'm not doing well, I openly. I declare it. I remember one time a friend asked me how I was doing when I got to church, and I said I'm miserable as always, or something to the effect. So I don't lie, but I do use a lot of humor to try to overcome the pain I'm in. And yesterday there was no humor outside of me laughing uncontrollably. Um, so yeah, that's it. I just kind of wanted to document what I was going through, and hopefully next week I'll be able to actually do something much more enjoyable. And yeah, that'll be it. Later.